October 14, 1967. A young man walks into a New York department store carrying a box of ties. He has $50,000 borrowed from a friend, a dream nobody believes in, and a name that is not even his own. The buyer looks at his ties and laughs. These are too wide, nobody will buy them. The young man picks up his box and walks out. Today that nobody is worth over $7 billion. His name is on the suits of presidents, the dreams of millions, and the backs of Olympic athletes. This is the story of Ralph Lauren, born Ralph Lifshitz in the Bronx, son of Jewish immigrants who could not speak English. A man who sold ties from a drawer and built an empire that changed how the world sees American style. But this is not just a story about fashion. It is about a boy who refused to accept the life he was given and decided to create the life he imagined. The Bronx, New York. Ralph Lifshitz is born into a world that seems to have already decided his future. His father, Frank, is a house painter. His mother, Frida, stays home. 4 children share one bedroom in a cramped apartment. The family escaped persecution in Europe, but in America they found a different struggle: poverty. Young Ralph watches his father leave before dawn in paint-splattered overalls and return exhausted at night. Frank never complains. He works and provides. But Ralph sees something in his father's eyes: quiet resignation, a dream deferred. Even as a child, Ralph decides that will not be his life. At 12, he delivers newspapers. He does not spend his money on candy or toys. He buys clothes. Not just any clothes. He searches thrift stores for unique pieces: a vintage jacket, a distinctive tie. His brothers mock him and ask why he cares so much about what he wears. Ralph cannot fully explain it. He just knows that presentation matters. He knows he is already living in a different reality in his mind. He is designing his future long before he has the means to afford it. In high school, he becomes known for his style. While others dress casually, Ralph wears tailored suits, polished shoes, perfect ties. People wonder where he gets the money. He does not have money. He has taste and vision. He works part-time jobs selling suits and working summer camps. Every dollar goes toward building the image of the person he intends to become. The philosophy in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill suggests that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Ralph is conceiving a life before he has proof it is possible. At 16, he makes a pivotal decision. He changes his name. Ralph Lifshitz becomes Ralph Lauren. The reason is simple and painful. In 1950s America, anti-Semitism closes doors. The name Lifshitz becomes a limitation. But Ralph does not see it as running away from who he is. He sees it as choosing who he will become. That act of self-creation becomes the first brick in his empire. By 1964, he is 25 years old. He has worked at Brooks Brothers, served in the army, and married Ricky, who believes in him deeply. He is now a salesman at a tie company. He earns a decent living. By most standards, he is doing fine. But fine has never been his goal. He studies the ties he sells: narrow, predictable, forgettable. Fashion is moving towards slim minimalism. Ralph sees something different: wide ties, bold patterns, luxury. He believes men want to feel powerful, distinguished, timeless. He proposes designing his own line. His boss dismisses the idea and reminds him he is a salesman, not a designer. At home with a pregnant wife and bills to pay, the safe choice would be to stay quiet. Instead, he quits. The philosophy often attributed to Mark Zuckerberg is that the biggest risk is not taking any risk. Ralph chooses risk over regret. In 1967, he borrows $50,000 and creates a line of wide, luxurious ties. He calls it Polo. He has never played polo. He has never lived that lifestyle. But polo represents elegance, tradition, sophistication. He is not selling fabric. He is selling aspiration. He approaches Bloomingdale's. The buyer rejects the ties as too wide for current trends. Ralph leaves but does not give up. Inspired by the mindset later described in The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, he treats rejection as direction. He returns with a bold condition. If the store wants his ties, they must give him his own dedicated polo space. It is an outrageous request for an unknown designer. Yet his conviction persuades them. In 1968, the Polo Corner opens. The wide ties sell out. Not because he followed trends, but because he understood identity. People do not simply buy products. They buy the version of themselves they want to become. Ralph expands into suits, shirts, and full collections, Critics urge him to stay in his lane. He ignores them. He is not building a tie company, he is building a world. In 1974, he designs the men's costumes for The Great Gatsby. Audiences fall in love with the aesthetic. Gatsby's elegance becomes inseparable from Ralph Lauren's vision. By 1972, the Polo horse and rider logo is introduced. It becomes one of the most recognizable symbols in fashion. Critics accuse him of repackaging European aristocratic style. In some ways they are right, but Ralph is not copying. He is crafting American mythology blending British refinement, Western ruggedness, and aspirational East Coast sophistication. The principle later articulated in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey about beginning with the end in mind mirrors Ralph's approach. He sees the empire long before others do. Expansion brings turbulence. Financial strain hits in the late 1970s. Creditors worry, scaling back seems sensible. Ralph chooses boldness instead. He opens a flagship mansion store on Madison Avenue, turning retail into theater. Customers step into a lifestyle, not just a shop. The gamble works. Sales surge. By the mid-1980s, annual revenue surpasses $1 billion. The boy from the Bronx becomes a billionaire. The discipline described in Mindset by Carol Dweck reflects his attitude. Circumstances do not define limits. Growth is continuous. Ralph obsesses over details, stitching, fabric weight, shades of blue. Excellence is habitual, not accidental. The message in Start With Why by Simon Sinek aligns with his brand philosophy. People connect with purpose, not just product. Ralph's purpose is to celebrate timeless American elegance. In 2014, he faces a brain tumor diagnosis and surgery. Recovery forces reflection. What occupies his thoughts is not wealth or fame, but beauty, creation, and what remains to be built. His story ultimately demonstrates that the life one is born into is not the only life available. Ralph Lifshitz begins in poverty and limitation. Ralph Lauren lives without those boundaries. He does not wait for permission or perfect timing. He acts, refines, expands. His journey shows that circumstances are a starting point, not a destination. From poverty to polo, from limitation to legacy, from selling newspapers to selling dreams. The lesson is simple. Vision plus conviction plus relentless detail over decades builds empires. The question becomes personal. What is your polo? What dream seems too wide, too bold, too different? Start with what you have. Refuse to compromise on vision. Build patiently and relentlessly. The world does not reward safety as much as it rewards clarity of identity and persistence of execution. Ralph Lauren did not just design clothes. He designed a world people wanted to step into. And that possibility, the power to design your own world, remains available to anyone willing to commit to it.